when we say healing is not linear, I know it comes off to some people like, well, big grammar. Which one is healing is not linear? Healing is not linear. Healing is not magic. Breaking patterns is not child's play. It's not a joke. It's not a joking matter. I want to bring another angle to this now because the more I go deep into this rabbit hole, the more understanding of these patterns I understand. The more I understand these patterns, the more I see how it's different ways in which it plays out. You see, it's like a very, 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 very big web. Okay, let's take. Do you know that the pattern you might be recycling at the moment, the pattern that has kept you stuck, might not directly be connected to you, a past life experience, or your parents? You see, if you've been following me, you understand what I explained about mother wound and father wounds anyway. But sometimes there might be somewhere something is happening when a pattern is repeating and you can't connect it to your immediate environment, immediate, maybe you can't connect it to your immediate household, your mom or your dad. Ask deeper questions. Did anybody in the family struggle with this? Did anybody in the bloodline? Ask both sides, both your maternal and paternal need to answer this question for you, or you need to figure it out. But in a situation whereby you can't figure it out, right? Sit with it. Sit with it. Try to communicate. That blood flows through you. The blood of your ancestors, the blood of people in the entire lineage, both maternal and paternal, both maternal and paternal, somehow flows inside of you. So you need to create that connection. You need to sit with it. Sit silent with it. Connect from deep within you and speak to it. I don't know which of you in this bloodline, I don't know which of you carries this pain. You don't have to have any immediate direct connection to you. But that pain, that thing they left is hovering in the atmosphere, is hovering around the family, and it has probably caught up to you, and you're living it. And you're living it. So you know what you're going to do? Sit with it. Ask yourself, why do I struggle with this or that? Why do I have these thoughts that? Okay, let's use a very let's use this thing. Let's say somebody that's struggling with buying thoughts to buy themselves. They're always stuck with that thought to buy themselves, and you really want to deal with this thing. There is nothing immediate that is making you want to do that. Nothing. You're not frustrated with life. Nothing at all is making you want to do that. If you trace it, sometimes you might actually find that there might have been an uncle or an auntie in the bloodline that was suicidal, that died themselves. And now that energy, maybe you are at that age when that person had that experience, right? You don't even have to be the one that reincarnated, but you possibly could be. Do you know what you're going to do? Sit with it. Connect with that person. You don't have to know them to connect. Connect with that person and speak to them and be like, this, I'm sorry you had to go through this. I don't know what happened that made you do this, right? But I'm sure you don't want me to do this thing you did. I'm sure you don't want me to end my life. So this energy, I can no longer carry it. I'm releasing it. I'm leaving for you. I will finish up what you couldn't finish up. I am healing the bloodline of this heaviness, of this pain. Nobody else has to experience this, and that includes me. So let us get rid of it so that I can move on, so that you can be fine. You see, these things are deep. They are really, really deep. So sometimes there's someone in the bloodline that suffered that thing and is hovering over one or two people. And if it's not nipped in the bud, because I have had this. I know someone he was okay. His family was well to do. Everything was okay. We were in the university then when this guy, when I really mourned him, When the university, when this guy did that shit, after several attempts, he finally succeeded. This person was okay in every word of it. So sometimes it could be that this thing is in the bloodline. There is someone who carries this burden in the bloodline and now is hovering, looking for where to attach. And if you're catching it, you need to ask yourself, why? Why do I feel this way? Why is this happening to me? Now go back inward and try to communicate. The blood is in your vein. You can communicate with it. It is not something external. You can communicate with it. Like I said, I just gave one example, but it could be anything at all you're struggling with, and it has no direct link to you. It rather has a link somewhere in the bloodline. It is there. It's somewhere there in the bloodline. So healing, like I said in the beginning, it's not linear indeed. It's a whole web, and you just never know where you're nipped. You just never know which one is holding your leg or your hands until you really, really sit with it and begin to detangle one by one. So I just wanted to share this. I just wanted to bring another angle to it, and I hope I made sense to those listening to me.